This video is instruction on moving your articles from Google Docs onto the template for the Giver newspaper. The first thing you're going to want to do is to download a copy of the newspaper template to your computer. There are two here. You go to the class pages, and under files there are two. One is a .doc file. That's for those of you using PCs. If you are using an Apple computer, the newspaper on pages may work better for you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to open it up and then save it to your file. So when you download it, it will appear here, and then you can open it up on your computer. So the first thing you're going to want to do once you have your template is to name the newspaper. Use some imagination, humor, whatever. I will use neither. I'm simply going to call it Fred. And then we want to move on and move our first article over. Now A1 goes here on the first page. So what I want to do now is I want to go to Google Drive and find article A1. Andrew Hutchison has been kind enough to let us use his material here as examples, and I'm glad he did, because it illustrates an issue that you may have. Some of you have uploaded Word documents into Google Docs, which is fine, but we're not going to be able to copy and paste them into the paper template. A couple of ways to get around the issue. It's not difficult at all. One thing is to open up the article, and then using this button here, lower right, click download it to your computer, open it up, copy and paste. Or if you have the original still on your computer in a Word document, you don't need to go into Google Docs at all. You can simply copy and paste from your Word document directly into the newspaper. But we do have one here that is a Google Doc, and so we're going to open that up. And once it's open, we're going to highlight all of the data in here. Now, one of the issues that we've had is that sometimes there's not enough space on the template to take all of the typing that, or all of the words that you all have put into your articles. So what I'm going to suggest you do first is that you shrink your font size down to 8, and that should help us or help you get all of this into the space provided. If you're unable to do that, there is another thing we can do, and we'll get to that in a moment. But now that we have everything highlighted and we're down to 8-point type, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to open up the template. I'm going to then go here where it says type your article here. I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to paste in there. So if we go back up to the article, here we are. It's in pretty good shape. Now these things are a little out of order up here on top, so I'm going to copy the title, or excuse me, I'm going to cut the title, and I'm going to paste it on the line where it says A1. And then we're going to put a byline below that, which is simply a line saying who the article is by. So we're going to type in by Andrew Hutchison. Put a space in there. So now this is all done. Now one of the things though I'm noticing here now is that we don't have all of the article in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this last paragraph and I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to scroll down to the last page. And you'll notice I put in a text box here. If you need more than this text box for other articles, certainly feel free to make more. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paste that bit of the article here, and then we're going to go down a couple of lines, and we're going to type in continued from page 1, and the first word in the title is flyover. Okay, and so now we go back up to page 1, and notice we still have a little bit that we didn't get the first time because it was out of the box, so I'm going to cut that. Before I move on, though, I'm going to put in here continued on page 3, so that the reader knows that if they go to page 3 they can see the rest of the article. Go down here and paste on that little bit that was left over. There we go. And whoops, and so we are finished with that. So now we have that one article pasted in. Now what we do need to do, though, is need to go down here to their table of contents. And so notice the title is Flyover in Community 27. We're going to highlight the article title, and we're going to call this Flyover in Community 27. And then we're going to go back and change the spelling of community. We're also going to make that a capital C. And so that is done. And then when we paste in A6, we'll go through exactly the same process. And so now all you need to do is to copy and paste all of the other articles where they belong in this template. And again, if you feel you need to change some things to make it work for you as far as where an article goes, please feel free to do that. If you feel you need to change the entire template, that is fine as well. Whatever you think is best for the work you have. Now, the only thing I haven't covered is this picture. So what I want you to do is I want you to find some kind of picture, probably online somewhere, to copy and paste in there. I located one of a young boy with on a bicycle, and so I put it on my desktop. So I'm going to copy it, go back to the newsletter, and I'm going to paste it in there. I'm going to take out the verbiage here, insert a picture, and am finished. So then once you've got all that in, please print it off and bring it in. It is due on the first day of class next week, and I think that is blocks 2 and 6 on Monday, and block 7 on Tuesday. If you have any other questions, please stop by and see me. I hope this has cleared up most of them. Thank you.